Hello everyone and welcome to C++ tutorials for robotics, control, and machine learning. In this tutorial series, we cover the essential concepts and ideas of the C++ programming language that you need to know in order to become a successful robotics, control, or a machine learning engineer. In this particular tutorial, we explain C++ function templates. Okay, let's immediately start. C++ programming language provides us with the capability to define generic functions that accept arguments of almost any type. That is, when defining a function, we define a function using a generic data type, and then when we instantiate or create a particular function, we use a concrete data type. That is, we use templates when we want to define a function or a class that can accept almost any argument. Okay, let's start with the first problem that will help us to better understand the need for using templates. So here's the problem. Define a function that will print the sum of two numbers, and the numbers can be of any data type. Now, before I start, I need to mention that in this tutorial series, I will be using Code Blocks, and Code Blocks is a free C++ editor. You can freely download it and you can freely install it on your computer. Later on, I will also use VS Code. Okay, so how to tackle this problem? Okay, so let's start. Here the standard includes input-output stream, cstdlib, and using namespace std. Over here, I will define a function that will actually print the sum of two integers. So let's do it. Void print sum, and let's write a function. The function will simply accept two integers, integer a1, integer a2, and then over here, what I will do, I will simply do this. I will say cout to print out, and then I will say the sum of two numbers is, and then over here I can simply add them, a1 plus a2, and then let's do this. Good. Now, let's immediately define our main function over here, int main, and let's return 0. And over here, let us say, for example, integer t1 is equal to 2, integer t2 is equal to 3, and then let's simply call this function. So let's say print sum, and let's pass t1 and t2. Okay, and let's see the output of this. First of all, we need to compile or to build. You can do it over here, and let's hope we will not see any error. So let's save it. So I will call this template test1.cpp, and let's build. No errors. Let's run this, and let's see the output. We can see the sum of two numbers is 5. Let's, for example, specify over here 7 to make sure that this thing is working. Build, compile, and we can see that the code is working perfectly. Okay. Now, let's try to call this function by, for example, defining two floats. For example, float t3, and let's specify that this float is 7.3, and let's define another number, float t4, and let's say that this float is 2.7. Okay, so the sum of t3 and t4 should be equal to 10. Now, let's call print sum, and let's pass these two floats, t3 and t4. And over here, I will simply command this, and let's see what will happen. Okay, let's now save this as another file, template test2, and let's build and let's run. Let's see what is the output. The output is the sum of two numbers is 9. However, obviously the sum is 10. So what is the issue over here? Well, the issue is that we are actually passing floats to the function that accepts integer. So what will happen over here? When we are doing this passing, these decimal numbers, that is 0.3 and 0.7, will be truncated in the process of casting or converting from float to integer. That is, we will simply truncate these numbers, and then instead of seeing 7.3 over here and 2.7 for A2, this function will simply see 7 and 2, and the sum of 7 and 2 is equal to 9, and that's the issue. Okay, so the question is how to use templates to solve this problem. The main idea is to define a function that will not accept any particular data type as an input argument, but instead it will accept a very generic data type that can be anything. So for example, imagine instead of this integer over here, you can specify some arbitrary data type, and the function will automatically know what is that data type. That's why we use templates. So let's explain how to use templates. Okay, let's define a template function. First of all, we need to specify template. So we write template, and then we write type name t and type name u. I will explain what is type name t and type name u. Namely, over here, let's analyze this print sum function. This first input argument is of the type integer, and the second one is of a type integer. Now, this type name t is actually an arbitrary data type. That is, when we define our template function, instead of integer, we are going to use t. Now, but look what I'm doing here. I'm actually defining two data types, or generic data types. They are type name t and type name u. Why I'm doing this? Well, I want to accept any possible value or data type for first argument and second argument. For example, the first argument can be integered and the second one can be float, or other way around. Okay, so that's why I'm actually using or defining two generic type names, t and u. Okay, and now let's define our function. So we write void print sum, and I will call the function template. Then we specify, instead of integer over here, we will type t, and let's specify the name of the variable. For example, n1. And then instead of int a2, I will simply specify u as a generic data type n2. And then everywhere here in this function, you can simply use n1 and n2 and don't worry about their data types. So we can simply write cout, the sum of two numbers, the sum of two numbers is, and then we can simply specify n1 plus n2 and end the line, and that's it. This is the definition of a function template. First of all, we need to define the generic data types, t and u, and then everything is more or less the same, where instead of particular data type, in this case integer, we use simply t or u. Now, I can of course define this function like this. Let me show you. Instead of doing this, I can simply erase this and do this, right? But now what will happen over here? Here the compiler will assume that both variables t n1 and tn2 are of the same data type, and I don't want to do that. So instead I will do this. Okay, so this is our template function, and now let's test this template function. Let's save this, and over here I will comment this line, And instead of calling print sum, I will simply call print sum template. Okay, and over here I will leave T3 and T4, and let's see now the output. Build, compile, and let's see. The sum of two numbers is 10, and that's it. Good. Now let's try to do something else. For example, we can here specify even T1, right? We can combine floats and integers, and let's see what will happen. Here, let me execute. The sum of two numbers is 10. Actually, I made an error. First need to compile and do this. And you can see the sum of two numbers is 14.3. Since T3 is 7.3 and T1 is 7, so the sum will be 14.3. Good. However, over here there is one issue. It's not a good idea to call the function like this. What will happen over here? Over here, the compiler will implicitly deduce the data types for T3 and T1. That is, for T3, it will deduce its float, and for T1, it will deduce it is integer. That is, this will be float and this will be integer. And it's not a good idea to do it like this. Never in C++ let the compiler to do something implicitly or to try to automatically to do something. Instead, always be specific. So the proper way of calling our function is print sum template, and over here we need to say, okay, the first input argument is float, and the second input argument will be integer, and then we can say simply here T3, T1. Okay, and then let's comment this, and then let's save this file as, let's call it 4, and let's continue. Okay, so let's build this, and you can see error. So the error, of course, is then I need to end the line. So let's now build, and let's now print out. And you can see it's the same result. Okay, that will be all for today. Thanks for watching.